Hi guys, ArchieLuxury. Go to f2bbs.com, www.f2bbs.com, the last bastion of free speech on the interweb. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the Paul Pluta channel. Today guys, I am doing a paid review. This is paid review 21QA41. Quick wristwatch check. What am I wearing today? And I'm wearing a Rolex Submariner. This is a 126610LN, the black bezel, black dial, 41mm new Submariner date. Okay, let's jump straight into this paid review. Hi Arch, here is the $50 for a paid review. It's Gilbert from London, UK. I need the Pontiff's advice again. You did a watch review for me 3 years ago, and I ended up going with the heart and picking up the Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Compressor Geographic, ending up without a GMT, more a hybrid GMT world time, as it does have second time dial, but every day putting a smile on my face. I am in the market for a more robust GMT daily wear. With working from home and COVID, the JLC is not a daily wear at home for sure. Maybe some video meeting with the execs. In the market for a GMT again. I love world timers and GMTs. I'm looking at the Planet Ocean GMT 600M black white, Oreo or Tai Chi with the 8906 movement, bicolor, bidirectional ceramic bezel. Screw you Rolex, Batman, Pepsi and your price point. At a rather good price point, under 30% below list versus the JLC Master Compressor Extreme World Alarm on a rare bracelet, Q1778170 with the red accent. Both can be tanks. Do I have the latest modern movement with white gold indices, raised Omega logo, great lume, but a thick 17mm beast and an ugly bracelet that looks good only on a Stallone wrist, or the JLC with slightly less thick 16.5mm, massive lug to lug 53.9 mils. No GMT, great complications and the amazing quick release mechanism for easy aftermarket strap options, unlike Omega. But no ceramic bezel for the aesthetic, but you get the alarm. It's rare, but 10 years plus old naturally, and legibility isn't as good versus the Planet Ocean with the world time. You advice would be highly appreciated. Stay safe. Cheers, Gilbert. Thank you, Gilbert. I really do appreciate this request. I'm going to tell you, Gilbert, I honestly, I got to be totally honest with you. I would be more inclined to get a Rolex Explorer 2, the new 42mm. Gilbert, I'm wearing a Submariner as I say this. I've hated Rolex. I went in and out of the brands. But I've got to be totally honest with you. I think one of the best GMT function watches in the market today is the new 42mm Explorer 2. Polar or black, it doesn't matter. That is one of the best. Now, I got to tell you, the GMTs themselves there, it's always very difficult to read 24-hour hand time. Some, just 1 minute. Some 24 hand time watches are like the Cosmonaut, the Breitling Cosmonaut. People find it very hard to read 24-hour time because they're used to a dial being 12 hours. Now, I got to tell you, I think the best The best GMT is the Explorer 2 because it's got the fixed steel bezel, and it is just so versatile. I gotta be totally honest with you. I would seriously say to you, consider Rolex Explorer. They're going to do a big revamp in 2021, 50th anniversary. Prices will rise. Get in quick, son. That's my advice to you. Get an Explorer 2 because prices will really rise. Now, I've got to be honest with you. If you were looking at some GMT functions, I would be considering, what about a Reverso Duo? That's another interesting way of doing GMT time, is different time zones. I think the Duo is an amazing watch. It's an amazing watch. Okay, so looking at your dilemma there, the Planet Ocean GMT 6000, or I got to be totally honest with you, Omega has some amazing bang per buck. They have some amazing bang per buck at this point in time. They really, really do have some amazing, they got some amazing stuff at the moment. And I've got to tell you, the GMT Planet Ocean, it's absolutely, you want the Oreo one, okie dokie. There's some amazing, I love the orange, I love the, you know, looking at some different Planet Oceans, the Planet Ocean, Omega Planet Ocean 600M coaxial master GMT. I think that is a gorgeous GMT diver. I love that with the orange twist. That's one of my favorites. Now you know that there's some that they are a killer. They are an absolute killer of a GM. You know, the Planet Ocean, I think, is really, you know, the problem is Swatch Group is their own worst enemy. They released far too many versions. Now, as for the JLC, you're going for the Q1778-170. Just doing a search on that, and nothing came up. Don't you love this? You've got a, okay, the master, yes, sirree. This is a master compressor with alarm. Yes, sirree. This is absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Yes. Bonkers. Yeah. Okay. I gotta be totally honest with you. The JLC Master Compressor Extreme World Alarm. Yeah. Got it indeed there. Yeah, that's actually pretty damn impressive. Pretty damn impressive. I love it with the red accent. You betcha. To be honest with you, that's probably a better piece of horology than any of these watches. It's going to be better than any Rolex. It's going to be better than the Omega. We're talking haute horology here. JLC makes a superb watch. You've already got I'd probably add another JLC. You know, I was this close. I already bought a Polaris, and the deal fell apart. But oh my God, the attention to detail on JLC, their sports watches, is just amazing. The Polaris chronograph, my God, that was amazing. So I reckon if you've got a the problem with JLC is they're not flavor of the month. All the Rolex fanboys out there, they want Rolex. They all want Rolex. And you know, that can be a hard thing. It can be very hard when you live in a world where everybody Everybody wants Rolex, 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 Rolex. That's all you hear. You go on the forums, Rolex, Rolex. And I've had to do the same thing too. I got to be totally honest with you. I'm not that impressed by Rolex. I really am not that impressed. I mean, they're a great utilitarian watch. So much better. JLC kicks Rolex's butt. They do. They do, but everybody wants Rolex, Rolex, Pepsi, Pepsi, Batman, Batgirl. That's the reality. That's the reality. I mean, as long as you're not somebody who needs that recognition. See, that's the problem. You buy one of these JLCs and they're not going to say, oh, what a cool watch. They say, oh, why didn't you buy a Rolex? Oh, Rolex. All they want to do is talk about Rolex, 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 please. So as long as you are not going to be upset by that, the JLC is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Make sure you get yourself the best deal possible because it's going to be very, very hard to resell unless it's cheap. So I got to be totally honest with you. JLC makes some absolutely bonkers sports watches. The problem is, can you live with a watch that doesn't have the kudos? Okay, can the sheeple out there, they all buy Rolex. They all want to buy Rolex. But when you really look at it, JLC is so much better than Rolex. It's so much better than Rolex. So I'd say, look, I completely understand where you're coming from. I do like the Explorer too. That is just such a nice, I love it. I think it's not a GMT, but it is so usable. But yeah, I reckon that JLC master compressor with the alarm there, that's pretty damn cool. It's very cool, that's for sure. It is incredibly cool. So I hope I haven't confused you too much there, but yeah, I'd go for that. I mean, it's fun to be looking for watches. You've just got to be understanding that you're not going to get the kudos. People aren't going to say, wow, what a great watch. Is that a Rolex? They're not, unless you buy Rolex, you're not going to get that kudos from the sheeple. But as long as that's okay, hey man, hey, that's perfectly way to go. So there's a bit of advice for you. Great choices. Okay, guys, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Don't be afraid to put some comments down below. Remember, guys, I can't survive on Google Ads. I need paid reviews to pay the piper. I desperately need these paid reviews to churn some money over. Otherwise, I won't survive on YouTube. Please get a paid review done, $50 US. I'll tell you what I think. I'll give you my honest opinion. And you can share it with your friends. You can share it with whoever you like. Okay, guys, I'm ArchieLuxury, and I will see you in the next one. See you later, guys. Rolex fanboys. Hi, guys. ArchieLuxury. And who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? DavidSW, DavidSW, DavidSW. Go to DavidSW.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. DavidSW, DavidSW, DavidSW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.